no expensive solar array on his roof, and the main power cables to the street had been completely severed by a massive pine tree. When Sarah asked Tom how his lights were still working, the old man just smiled and said he figured out a little trick years ago. That little trick was about to reveal the most closely guarded secret in the energy industry. 4 days later, when utility group air crews finally arrived to restore power to the neighborhood, their diagnostic equipment started acting erratic. The power meters were running in reverse. Tom wasn't just consuming electricity, he was producing it. So much surplus energy that his home was actually feeding power back into the damaged grid. The lead technician stared at his readings in complete shock, informing Tom that the utility company now owed him $387 for the excess electricity he generated during the blackout. But that $387 payment was just the beginning. Over the following 8 months, the power company sent Tom checks totaling $2,156. And Tom isn't some brilliant engineer with advanced degrees in renewable energy. He's a simple man who spent 40 years fixing lawnmowers and still needs help programming his coffee maker. When Tom's incredible stories started spreading through social media, the posts went viral overnight. Blackout solutions, off-grid living channels, pepper forms, all sharing this method. Then something disturbing happened that every American should pay attention to. The viral posts started disappearing. The how-to videos got removed for violating community standards. The forum discussions were mysteriously deleted. When I tried sharing Tom's method on my blog, I got a cease and desist letter from lawyers I'd never heard of. That's when the terrifying reality became crystal clear. Someone with enormous influence and unlimited resources was working overtime to keep you dependent. Just like that, Tom's remarkable discovery disappeared from public view. But they made one critical error. Tom learned this method from information that's been hidden for over a century. Information that traces back to the suppressed work of history's greatest electrical genius. And despite the powerful forces trying to bury this knowledge, I've been quietly sharing it with families across America. That's how over 102,244 ordinary people have already escaped the power company's stranglehold, using common materials available at any home improvement stores to cut their electric bills by up to 85% while creating reliable backup power that works even when the entire electrical grid fails. Here's what should make you absolutely furious. While Tom generates clean electricity for practically nothing, you're trapped paying whatever extortion rates they impose each month. While Tom never fears power outages, you're one severe storm away from losing heat, lights, and refrigeration. While Tom receives checks from the power company, you're funding their executives' $1 million bonuses with every payment. They didn't just suppress Tom's story because it was offensive to their industry. They buried it because Tom had accidentally exposed something that threatens their entire $94 billion monopoly. A remarkably simple technique that allows regular people to produce their own electricity for pennies, while never depending on their overpriced, unreliable grid again. These energy giants have kept you trapped like a hostage, completely dependent on their system. They can scrub the internet, but they can't stop me from sharing this with you. And despite their desperate campaign to hide this breakthrough, I'm about to reveal it to you. So, let's go ahead and tell you the controversial story behind this incredible discovery and how it all started. Hi, my name is Michael Carnett, and I'm going to expose you to the untold truth behind Nikola Tesla's lab fire after he patented the model number 512,340 on January 9th, 1944, that was meant to change the energy world forever, and how he was forced to quit on all the projects that would have made your energy independence today, losing $50,000, all of his work, and the right to win the Nobel Prize for Energy. We're also going to discover the sweet revenge of Tesla on the greedy energy fat cat 2 weeks before he passed away by exposing only to his native villagers an invention that costs $63 and takes 43 minutes to build, and that has cut their electricity bill instantly by 80% for the past 78 years, totally legal. And if you stick with me until the end of this shocking but very short video, that the power companies would pay a fortune to take it down, I'll show you, like other 102,244 people who took action, can pay as little as $20 instead of $100, or $50 instead of $250 on your monthly electricity bills for the rest of your life. Before revealing July 10th, 1856, in the small village of Simajan, Croatia today, from a father priest and a mother artist, Nikola Tesla was born. From early childhood, the boy proved to be a genius. Before going to elementary school, Nikola amazed his parents. The obsession for making home craft tools, mechanical appliances, and the ability to memorize Serbian epic poems were things that he was doing all day long at the age of 6. In school, he was always learning from 3 a.m. to 11 p.m. No weekend or holidays, and concerned even the professors that he might die from exhaustion. For Nikola, it was normal, and he was having the time of his life. Soon he quits on school because he felt that he was not progressing, and decides to come to the U.S. and work for the great Thomas Edison in design and improvement of electrical equipment. Tesla makes his genius remark shortly. He tells Edison that he could redesign Edison's motors and generators, making an improvement in both service and economy. Edison laughed and said, "There's $50,000 in it for you if you can do it." In 1882, $50,000 was the equivalent of $1.3 million today. Tesla did it ultimately, but the first betrayal knocked at his door. Edison refused to pay him, saying, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." Tesla resigned and founded his own company, Tesla Electric Light and Manufacturing. The company installed electrical arc light-based illumination systems and also had the designs for dynamo electric machine commutators, the first patents issued to Tesla in the U.S. The second betrayal occurred. Tesla proposed that the company should go on to develop his ideas for alternating current transmission system and motors. The investors, big banks connected with the energy world at that time, disagreed and fired him from his own company, leaving him penniless. Tesla was forced to work as a ditch digger for $2 per day. Later he said about that period that it was terrible headaches and bitter tears. 1 year later, with the help of some attorney fees, Tesla formed the Tesla Electric Company. Over the next years, his company constructed an alternating current induction motor based on a rotating magnetic field. He received patents for the motor in May 1888. X-ray experimentation was next, and then the radio wave. So next time you listen to the radio, or you go to your doctor for an X-ray, or even when you're using the electric stove or the microwave unit, make sure you know it comes from Tesla. But things were far from running smoothly, and the day that was about to change everything came. January 9, 1894, Nikola Tesla wakes up in the morning, takes all the documentation of his secret invention, and heads to the U.S. Patent Office. 4 hours later, he's getting out with a big smile on his face. Rumors say that he yelled, "This will change the energy world forever." For the next period, he worked day and night to fulfill his dream, to make this genius invention applicable for all people. A few people know what I'm going to tell you next. He needed funds, and he invited in his laboratory 5 potential investors for a demonstration of his discovery. Among these 5 people, there were 2 bankers, 2 energy investors, and 1 president of a very powerful power company at the time. The madman scientist took out of his bag a weird little device. He turned on a light bulb, and right next to it, he put his little device. Then, from this little device, he plugged in another 15 more light bulbs. The result was incredible. From the same source of energy that was lighting 1 bulb, he managed through his weird invention to give power to 15 more light bulbs. The bottom line was that for every 100 watts consumed, he was able to get at least 503 watts. His incredible invention was about to cut the electricity instantly by 80% everywhere in the world. The assistant was in shock. They even searched the device to see if there were any gimmicks. Tesla said, "Gentlemen, finance me and help me improve this, and all the planet will afford energy." Although at the sight they all looked interested, this invention put them in the back of their head. These guys were making money from energy consumption, and they were planning to expand. Their interest was to trick people to consume more instead of saving on energy. This could mean their bankruptcy. Only Tesla was naive, because he didn't care about money, and he thought that all the other people are the same. Big mistake, because 1 week later, the ultimate betrayal occurred. March 13, 1895, on the 5th Avenue at Tesla Laboratory, a big fire started. In less than 2 hours, the entire building burnt to the ground. Nikola Tesla barely escaped. Much of Tesla's early research, hundreds of invention models, plans, notes, laboratory data, tools, photographs, valued at $50,000, were lost in the Fifth Avenue laboratory fire. Tesla is quoted by the New York Times as saying, "I am didn't go to police or press charges. He quit on everything, didn't care about science anymore, started to gamble, and almost got corrupt. For the next period, he went in his natal village of Simojan, Croatia, with all the papers that he could save and started a new life. The truth is that Tesla never recovered mentally from this event. Even though he continued his projects and research, he decided to quit on the project that was about to give very cheap energy to people. On January 7, 1943, Tesla dies alone in a hotel room in New York. Power companies made sure that his name was forgotten and became popular again in the 1990s. Greedy energy fat cats believed that the secret of cheap electricity died along with Tesla, but they didn't know that he managed to save the planet with his invention, and that he gave it away only to the people of his natal village. Rumors say that Simojan is the community where people are still paying less than 20% than other Croatians are paying. How do I know all these? Well, I lived in Simojan for 4 years, and I got to find all the secrets. Here are some pictures from Simojan. And
Yeah.
look and tell me if you see anything strange. As you can see, there are electrical masts on the road, but houses don't seem
Yeah.
to need electricity to run the power
Okay.
company. Now let me tell you what it's all about and how it can change your life. This invention can work anywhere to power everything from small radios to big refrigerators, plasma TVs, or computers. It's perfect to use in any situation, especially in disaster situations when all the energy lines are down and you need electricity for preserving the food in the refrigerator and for cooking. It's so small that you can fit it in your pocket, but it's so
Okay.
powerful that it can reduce your entire electricity bill by 80% instantly. The wonder invention is the bifilar pancake coil, patented by Nikola Tesla in 1894 in the patent number 512,340. And you can find this anywhere at any local shop, but just a few people know what to do with it. There's a catch. Tesla's invention was not yet ready to be a DIY when his lab got on fire. In fact, those who put the fire on his lab wanted this. And even though many people know about Tesla coil, and you can find info on a few websites, no one will teach you how to make this work for your home and how to cut your electricity prices by 80%, guaranteed by tomorrow. Without insider info that Tesla shared only with the villagers of Simojan, you won't be able to do it. I'm going to show you everything in a minute, but before this, let me share with you what's so magic about this coil. The bifilar coil is a coil on steroids. Tesla believed that this comes from other planets, and that is the best product this planet could give. Imagine a coil that has so much power that can last tens of years without any intervention, giving any time the exact boost that a small source of electricity needs to transform itself into more electricity. This is not unique in nature. I don't know if you're familiar with how the aircraft carriers are built and how they're put out, but for sure they're not working on gas or diesel. Their energy is provided by uranium, and approximately 400 pounds of uranium is enough to propel a huge carrier for 1 year without interruption around the globe. Pretty much the same happens with Tesla coil at a different proportion. It has the same power. It can boost any electricity source into 5 times more instantly, permanently, without any intervention for the rest of your life. And in the next few
Yep.
minutes, you're going to see just how easy it is to build it for yourself. But here's the even better news. Many of the materials Tesla had in his original patents used to cost a small fortune when the inventor was alive. But after almost a century, you can find many of these components for mere dollars at any Home Depot. In fact, the new blueprints are so simple that you don't have to be an electrician. Heck, a 12-year-old could build a small generator during a lunch break. Just imagine having your entire home powered by Tesla energy. No more paying to the nose on electricity just to make that gas fatter. Turn on the AC as often as you want, without having to constantly hear that nagging voice inside your head telling you that you need to turn it off because you're in a paying a fortune. You might want to take notes because this will be short and intense. Here's a short video of the device in action. Remember, this is the smallest scale at which you can build the energy revolution system. With larger scale devices, the results are impressive. You'll get instant savings of 50%, 80%, or more without spending $15,000
Mama, 1 minute na lang, ma.
or more on
Really,
expensive
promise
solar
1 minute, I
panels.
could tell.
You'll enjoy even greater savings once you You'll be able to power up any kind of household appliances, from lamps and toasters to electricity hogs like refrigerators and AC units. You'll feel the peace of mind that comes from knowing that should anything happen, from a mere broken power line to a nationwide blackout or worse, your family won't be at the mercy of others. What's more, because the energy revolution system is very light and portable, it makes for one of the best emergency generators you could ever hope for. Unlike solar panels, it won't get blown off the roof by strong winds and hurricanes. And unlike conventional portable generators, there are no fuel use, and you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on fuel. In fact, there's very little to spend at all. Except from a simple maintenance check every few months, the generator is basically set and forget. And because the low friction design makes it so silent, you won't even hear it running. That's because you can install it in your basement or in your backyard and not worry about weather conditions for 1 second. My electric bills kept getting bigger and bigger, and for a while I was thinking about paying $15,000 on a solar panel system. Glad I didn't. The energy revolution does the trick, and it cost me a little under $180 to make it. Brian Harris from Oxford, Texas.